Hey guys, welcome to Art Today. Today we are going to be making a cool earth picture. It was Earth Day last week. I don't know if you knew that, but we didn't get to do any art stuff together. So Miss Douglas forgot a little bit, so I thought we could still do something cool for our Earth Day picture. So it's real simple. All you're gonna need today is you're gonna need some washable markers. Let me repeat, washable. It should say it right there. And you are going to need a Sharpie. Be very, very careful. Sharpie does not, I repeat, does not come out of your clothing. You are going to need a blue and green crayon. You are also going to need a regular old sheet of paper. Now I put my paper on something else so I wouldn't have my Sharpie bleed through on the table, okay? Then you are going to need either a very wet sponge, or I have a spray bottle today, which actually works better. And I am going to need some tin foil, magical stuff. And then you're also going to need something to make a circle shape. So today I have one of my pot lids, and you'll need it to be a good circle size. It doesn't have to fill up the entire paper, but it is really great to help you get that perfect circle shape. So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're going to take our circle shape, whichever circle shape you found in your house, and our Sharpie. Now we need to be very careful with our Sharpie. It is hard to get it off your hands, but it will come off, but don't get it on anything else but the paper, that's right. Alrighty, so I'm going to make my circle shape with my pot lid, and I'm just going to trace it really simply all the way around my pot lid until I connect those circle lines right there. All right, the next part you're gonna do is you're gonna take your paper and you're gonna fold it in half. Now it's easier if you do it this way. You can just do it if you want another way, but we're gonna make a heart right in the center, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our paper. It was portrait, now we're gonna turn it landscape, and we're gonna fold it in half. So you see, I see half of my circle showing right now. And we're gonna crease it, fold it as perfectly as you can. So now I'm going to make a heart. I'm gonna put it in the middle of my circle. This is easier because you're gonna see half of the heart right here. You're gonna draw it, and then you're gonna flip it and trace the half that you just drew, so it's a perfect heart. So I'm going to make half of my heart. I'm gonna go, I don't know, about a quarter way down my paper. And I'm going to very nice and carefully make half of a heart shape. So all I did was I made almost a circle, and then when I got near this part, I swooped it down and made a point, just like that. So now I'm gonna flip my paper over, and I can see, because I'm using a Sharpie, I can see my line that I just made. So now I'm gonna trace that heart line right here. And if it's not perfect, that's okay. Alrighty, so now I can open up my paper, always remembering to keep it on this other sheet so I don't get any on the table. I'm gonna connect my lines if I didn't quite connect them. And I think I want my heart to have a little bit of a shadow because it's, you know, kind of hovering on top of the earth. So I'm gonna give a little bit of a dark line right here. You don't have to do this part, but you can. And then I'm gonna do another little dark part that kind of goes around the line of the heart. And when it gets to this point, I'm gonna just match it up to that edge point, and then I'm gonna color it in to give it a cool shadow effect. So far, my heart is looking pretty cute. I really like it. I hope you like yours too. Alrighty, my heart is just about ready for the next part. Okay, so now my heart, I want to give it a little bit of character, so I'm going to give it some eyeballs. Now these eyeballs are just going to be pretty simple circles, so I'm going to do one right here and do my best to make it as equal as I can and do one over on this side. So they're not perfect, but that's okay. And I'm going to do what are called highlights. I'm going to do a highlight on the top part and the bottom part of my eyeball. So I'm going to do a little circle right here and an even smaller circle near the bottom. And my heart's my highlights are a little bit to the right. That's works just fine. You can do yours to the left or in the center, whatever you want to do. Now I'm going to color this part, and not the highlight part, just the other part of my heart's eyeball. And then it makes my heart look like it's got a little more character. So then I'm going to do the same thing on this heart right here. And just color my little guy in like this, being very careful because it is a Sharpie. All right, I think I really like those eyeballs. All right, so I think my heart needs a little smile because he's a pretty happy guy. I'm just gonna give him a little half a smile with a little arch to make it look like he's smiling real big. And my heart is pretty cute, you guys. So now this is our Earth. I don't know if I told y'all that, sorry. And so we're going to draw some countries. So if you don't know what your countries look like, I don't know what they look like perfectly, I just kind of guessed. You can look at a map if you like. So I'm just gonna guess and add my countries, and you can copy mine. You can do yours how you like to, whatever you want, okay? But just try to make it look like they are the countries of the world. And I've got some Europe going on over here. I don't really know what that looks like, to be perfectly honest. So then I'm gonna add some more over here, a little bit of Africa and Madagascar. There we go, a little bit of Australia and something over here. Okay, so those are my countries. They are not perfect, but that's okay. So the next thing is you're going to get out those crayons, okay? So you're just gonna need green and blue because we're going to do the continents green and the water blue. So I'm gonna show you what I did on this one. And real simple, I didn't color it in perfectly. Some spots aren't perfectly colored in, that's okay. So now the next part is we're going to add some cool hand lettering, which is one of my favorite things. And I thought we could add a Bible verse about the earth, because why not? I think it would honor God for us to do that, so I like that idea. So I'm gonna put, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, which is Genesis 1:1. Now, I don't know if you know this, but the word earth has the word art in it. So what do you think Miss Douglas is gonna do? I might make it look pretty cool where it says art. So I'm going to do some different fonts. You can design your own fonts. You can draw simply, however you want to, whatever is the best for you. In the beginning, and then I'm gonna make God real big because he's a pretty cool dude. And notice I'm still using my Sharpie. It is very important that you're using a Sharpie permanent marker right now, and that you used crayon on this part, okay? And then I'm going to put created. The heavens I'm writing very neatly as I can. And then this part, I think I'm gonna add it a little bit different. See? And then here, I'm gonna make earth, kind of big. So because it has art right here, I'm gonna make this part a little bit more developed and shadowed, I guess. I think I like the way that looks. And then I'm gonna put where this verse is found, which is Genesis 1:1. Okay, I think I really like that. So now this part that's next is pretty cool, and you are going to need your tinfoil and your markers. So remember, your markers need to be washable watercolor or water markers. So you're gonna need your tinfoil just like this, and we are going to do a cool tie-dye effect, but we're gonna go in rainbow order, which is Roy G. Biv. I'm gonna turn my light down just a little bit because I think it's kind of bright. So I'm gonna start in the middle, and I'm gonna do kind of a tie-dye look going on here. Just do it in the very center. So then that started with red for my rainbow. And then I'm going to take my orange, and that's gonna be next. And I'm going all the way around my red in my tie-dye cool look right here. And then I'm gonna take my yellow, and these are just regular old markers, and I am just coloring them back and forth, kind of like a zigzag. And I'm gonna keep going all the way around. And next is, yep, you guessed it, green. Because remember, our rainbow order is Roy G. Biv, R-O-Y-G-B-V, which is red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet, or as some of you just know as purple. So I'm gonna keep going. This is gonna be so cool. Now, some of you might be worrying that, oh my goodness, Miss Douglas, by time I am finished coloring my colorful markers on my tinfoil, it's going to dry. Don't worry about it, because that's what our water is for. We're gonna wake it back up. So next I'm gonna do my blue. It really helps if you color all of your tinfoil all the way around. So just color it the best you can. Now notice I'm not getting every single teeny tiny piece of my tinfoil, because when I spray that water on, it's going to spread my marker colors around my paper. So then I'm going to get my purple, and we are almost there, you guys. I think this is gonna be beautiful. You could do this with all kinds of pictures. So if you wanted to keep creating after you make this one, you could design a scene with your Sharpie and crayons and then do this on top of it. And that would be super cool. So you could keep on creating. I know I have a lot of rainbow and unicorn lovers in my classrooms. So I think those unicorns would be super cool with a rainbow on it. All right, it looks pretty good. I'm gonna add just a little more. If you notice, I got to purple and I still have room, so I'm gonna start back over with my red. And I'm gonna go pretty far out to the edge, almost, well, pretty much to the very edge. Now notice when I'm getting to the edge of my tinfoil, I'm trying to be very careful that I don't color on the table. if you would like, if it helps you, you might want to put something underneath your tin foil when you're coloring so you don't get it on the table. All right, we're almost there. It's gonna be so pretty. All right, and I think I've got just a little bit of room for a tad more orange, and then I will be ready to go. Because remember, after red comes orange. That is the O part of our rainbow. All right. We're just about there. So my tie-dye rainbow effect is complete. And I'm going to set this to the side for a moment. And now I'm going to take my paper that we created, our little earth poster, and I'm gonna take either my really wet sponge or my spray bottle, and I'm going to spray my work really, really well. This is where you really need something under your paper. I didn't, because my table, it'll come right up. But you really need something under your paper for this part, okay? So now that my paper is good and wet, I'm gonna take my rainbow tie-dye tin foil. I'm gonna flip it over and press it right on top of my paper. I'm gonna press it really nice and firmly. So if you get a little bit on the table, it should come right up because it is washable. Now I'm gonna pull my tin foil up and voila! Look at that. And see, I'm just pulling that right up right here. So my table washes up real easy, and if yours does not, please don't do it on your kitchen table if it messes it up. But as you can see, all of my colors spread around and made a beautiful rainbow effect. Then another one that is dry, but I think this one turned out even better. So I can't wait to see your super cool tie-dye earth. After mine has dried, notice my crayon colors are coming through a little more because this is wet. It'll take a little bit to dry, okay? Have a lot of fun, you guys. See you next time. Bye.